Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on pending orders and the differences between buy stop, buy limit and sell stop and sell limit. So when you do a pending trade, obviously you're going to need to tell the computer whether you're going to be buying or selling. But not only that, you need to tell it whether it's going to be a buy stop or a buy limit or a sell stop or a sell limit. I just wanted to take you through a couple of examples. So firstly, in front of us here is an example of a buy stop. So what will happen if I set this pending trade is as and when and if the market goes up and it hits into this yellow line, once it hits the yellow line, the trade will be actioned. And then we want it to go towards the blue line. So we want it to continue from the candlestick, we want it to continue up through the yellow line and go on towards the blue line. So this example here is what we would call a buy stop. Okay, so whenever you see the word stop, for example, buy stop, stop or sell stop, I want you to think of the stop as actually being associated to the continuation of the move. So you want it to go to the entry point and you want it to continue in that same direction. So stop equals. Okay, so that's an example of a buy stop. Then you can have another type of a pending trade, which is also going to be a buy trade, but it's something slightly different. So if we have a look at the next chart, now this would be an example of a buy limit. The reason being because at the moment the current price is above our entry point, so we want it to come down and hit the yellow line, which will trigger the trade, and we want it to bounce on that line and come up in an opposite direction. Okay, so if the market is above the entry point and we want it to come down and then bounce off the entry line and then come back up, we refer to that as a buy limit. So whenever you see the word limit, associate it with another word. Bounce. Because in essence, that's what we want to happen. We want the market to come down, we want it to bounce on the yellow line and then go up to our blue line. The limit equals bounce. Then I'll just go through the similar examples, just the other way around with the sells. So here's an example of a sell stop. Here. So remember, when we see the word stop, funny enough, we think of the association as being continued. Sell stop. So why is it a sell stop? Because at the moment, the current price is above our entry points. And once it hits our entry point, we want it to continue in the same direction to hit our blue line. There's another type of sell, and that is the sell limit. If we go to the next example, here is an example of a sell limit. What word do we associate with the word limit? We associate the word bounce because we want it to actually bounce. So here's an example of a sell trade, and at the moment, here's where the market is, funnily enough, right on our take profit. That's just a coincidence. And we want the market to come up onto our yellow line, which is our entry point. And then once it gets there, the trade will exit, will enter. And we want it to bounce down again and go to our blue line. Okay, so that is an example of a sell limit. And you associate the word limit with you wanting it to bounce. In other words, go up to the yellow line and bounce down. Just to recap, going back through them all. Buy stop, there's the current market. We want the market to go up. Once it hits the red line, once it hits the yellow line, the trade will action, and then we want it to continue in the same direction. That means it's a buy stop. The other type of buy would be a buy limit. So this time the market is above our entry points, and we want it to come down, hit the yellow line, so the trade enters, and then bounce on that line to come up to the blue line. So that we call a buy limit or a buy bounce. Limit equals bounce. Same with the sells. We've got a sell stop here. Why is it a sell stop? Because there's the current candlestick. There's our entry point, and we want it to continue down. Whenever we see this word stop, we think of the word continue. And then lastly, we've got our sell limit or a sell bounce, where the market starts off below the entry point and it comes up, and we want it to bounce down and then go to our blue line. If you're using the Forex Varsity Trader tool, all you need to do is make sure your auto trading is on, and then you can just click on Control and E. Hold down the Control key and then click on the E, and that will enter the trade. You don't need to specify whether it's a buy stop or buy limit or whatever it is. It will work it out automatically and give you the correct one. This is really for when you're entering your trades manually and you're going via new order. You click on new order, you go to the type, click on pending order, and then you've got the drop down list where you need to specify if it's a buy limit or buy stop or sell limit or sell stop. And then you obviously put in the corresponding details, take profit, stop loss, entry points, where you want the lines to be. So guys, I hope that helps some of you. It's quite a frequent question, so I know it's a little bit simple for some of you, but hopefully some of you will get some good information from this video. And shout if you need any other help with anything, hop onto the chat room, give us a call, and then yeah, we're here to help. Thanks guys.